This is a poem written by me. It's untitled right now, but it is what it is. It goes, happy as can be. Laughter in the air, smiles as big as a billboard saying we're already there. High as the trees that tower over us all, scared of what may happen if we fall. The darkness shunned out by a bright, radiant glow of youth, trying to make money off of nothing but the truth. By the end we fall out. Nothing fills our ears other than us screaming. One siding against the other, we choose teams like the league. Someone always loses in the end, with one keeping receipts of the other's deceit. Defeat tastes so bitter, victory tastes so sweet. A baker's secret recipe never gets revealed to mere commoners. I guess that's how it goes for a group of losers. Friends turn to foes. Foes turn to cougars ready to pounce on the prey lurking near their home. I just pray that nothing goes wrong. We come back together again. Weekend comes back to relieve us from the stress. Well, I guess the time with friends is always best. No time for family, just fun. No time for rest. The concept seems to run away, faster and faster, as we see the sun arising from his slumber as night ends. Oh, how I long to be with friends. Empty thoughts hit deaf ears. Bloodshot eyes cry red tears. Living life with less fear for the future as it never grows near. Just a moment, just a moment, I try to hold it, but it eludes my grasp. My path covered in wildflowers and tall grass. I try to pave it, carve it out. Save myself, escape the darkness now. Ah! It feels as if my head is going to explode. Wisdom only the Lord above knows, and knowledge that no one will until the world implodes. Riding on hopes that may be false. What troubles may befall the heroes of us all? Who knows if none of them decide to talk? Cross paths always seem to cross at crossroads like a fork in which you don't seem to know which way to follow. All hope rides on the unconscious desires for pleasure instead of our desire to be better. Sadness covered by treasure. Boredom covered by whatever the hell we can find. I guess anything's fine to pass the time. The blind follow the blind blindly as they try to find the mind of diamonds they so desperately search for. That's what I believe all Christians go to church for. A cure. A cure to their own suffering. A cure to find something to blame for their lack of aim in this world. Wandering for something more powerful than a gym year. For something more blissful than an enlightenment. Something more blessed than a prayer. Something more abundant than a black man's nappy hair. They want a reason. Purpose. Anything that couldn't desert us. Even if it tried to run away while we sit tied up in a chair, trapped in a garage disguised as a lair. Maybe we won't ever find it and regret looking for it in the first place. Who knows? I just work here. I get my job done and that's it. That's all it is in the end. My purpose is to live. My purpose is to do whatever the hell I want until I pass away from this tragic world. A very tragic ending indeed, but a better ending than to receive immortality and forever living with the grief of losing those dear. A better one than living your whole life in fear. Fear of losing money, and then continuing on with nothing in your heart but greed. These are the thoughts of the people. These are the thoughts of those closed off to the real problems and issues of this dying society. Sadness, despair, anguish, and angst climb the ranks of our foolish nation and character. They determine what we do. They control me and you. We are mere pawns in this larger game of chess. I digress. These insane desires of the flesh are what start the more heinous things of our world. Greed creates poverty. Gluttony creates starvation. Lust creates sex trafficking. Wrath creates war. Pride creates overconfidence. Envy creates hate. And sloth creates a useless base for our societal state. We are the problem. We are those who endanger our world. We are those who create our horrible living habits. So what will we do? Nothing. Nothing at all. Just sit back and stand tall. When everyone sees it for what it really is, it'll be too late to create something to stop its fall. The disenchanting enchantment of the woman tramping in the streets of Manhattan never seemed to let bad things from the past distract them from getting cash from random men they find minding their own uninspired business. That's where prostitution comes into play, as they let their lust get in their way. The touch of a woman eases their loneliness for a moment, just a single insignificant instance. The richness of their soft, luscious skin, the texture of their beautiful lips, their amazingly kept hair, the warmth of their body. Your instincts are calling for something. You're rushing to get your clothes off to enjoy the few minutes you have between her clients. Happiness that is reliant on stimulation, simple science that everyone relates to in relation to their own wants and desires. The second that started a fire within you that spread so fast, so quickly that you can never hope to catch and extinguish the wild flames that devour every last part of your soul. You've soiled her womanhood and you've neglected your manhood for a single momentary hit of dopamine and sexual satisfaction. Are you proud of yourself? As I write this now, my emotions are dismissive. I can't tell you what's wrong, but I can tell if I'm pissed, if I feel my blood boiling and coursing quickly through my veins. I sent missives through many forms to my family, but they never seem to arrive. Sadly, if you are reading this, I may not be alive. I strive or strove to be the best there was. I instead dove headfirst into one of none. I looked for answers in different places, but what are answers to the inattentive? What are masks to the faceless? And what purpose does your knowledge hold if it's all baseless? Maybe these questions are too heavy, and maybe I'm throwing all the weight onto you. I know you can handle it though. Your family and friends too. Just come back when you're ready. I know you'll come through. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. It was a long one, but I love you guys anyway. Bye.